Okay, what am I watching tonight?
All right. Hook, Indiana Jones. Oh, you know what? Tonight is a good night for Power Rangers. No, not the 2016 reboot. No, not Turbo. I guess I could watch the best Power Rangers movie ever made. Man, I just wish this movie was canon.
Hey Guildies, it's your boy, still Jesse. Can I take you back to 1995? Well, to the 1995 Power Rangers, the movie. You see, we've all generally accepted something about this film. We've all been led to believe that this film isn't canon with the show, it's its own unique story. But what if I told you it is canon? That it's canon with the show? I got reasons, so I need you to hold on to your butts. You see, a while back, me and my lovely family sat down and watched the 1995 Power Rangers the movie for a movie night. And I realized a few things. One, Power Rangers gets my kids to stay still. Number two, this movie is so amazing. But also, it's really, really close to the 4-part Season 3 opener, Ninja's Quest. Now I hear what you're saying. That didn't open Season 3. It was the pilot for The Masked Rider. They did a crossover with Power Rangers. I know, still trying to forget. But also, of course, it looks like that. Of course, it mirrors that. That's what they did. They took parts from Ninja Quest and they made their own unique story for the movie. And I hear what you're saying, but something just didn't sit well for me. And then I realized, you see, at the end of the film, everyone's favorite bullies, aka junior police, aka monkeys, aka invisible people, also scientists, Bulk and Skull. They're retelling the events of the movie, but they're putting their own spin on it. They're telling it as if they were the heroes. And I found that very interesting. And I found it so interesting because there's actually human behavior that mirrors that. And that's the problem with the eyewitness testimony. You see, eyewitness testimony is just that. Someone sees an event and reports what they saw. But over the years, it's come to light that eyewitness testimony isn't as reliable as we originally thought. You see, people bring their own bias into recalling events. They bring a mold they already had in their head, and they kind of try to fit that mold. And more than that, they play up their own significance in the event. If they knew someone that was involved in the event, all of a sudden that person's a good friend. Or if they were near an event, all of a sudden it was right next to them. See, people have a way to over-exaggerate their roles in an event. And an attack on Angel Grove in 1995, well, that's an event. But what does that have to do with the 1995 Power Rangers the movie? Well, what if I told you the movie is just someone else retelling the events of when the Power Rangers left and came back with ninja powers? Well, who? Who could be telling the stories? We know it's not the Rangers because they were there. They remember their quest. They remember the vampire. They remember raising their hands in the air to look for their inner animal and waving them like they just didn't care. So we know the Rangers are out. Could it be Bulk and Skull? Well, no. They were joining the Junior Police Academy, so they missed most of the events. So who could it be? Who? Fred. You see, Fred is one of those kids they shoehorn into every one of those movies. It's so you can identify with somebody while watching the film. Some people really like Fred. Most people say, get out of the way, I want to see Tommy do another spin kick. Fred has an important role in the film. Or does he? You see, in 1995, Fred was a kid. And like everyone else, he would have been scared out of his mind to see the Rangers get defeated, just to show up in the nick of time with new ninja powers and a new ninja megazord and save the day. So could the 1995 film just be an adult Fred telling his children about when the Rangers got trashed and then came back in the 10th round like Rocky Balboa with the victory? Because it happened in both the movie and the show. So let's look at things Fred might have got right. The Rangers' identity. Well, that's not that hard. Most Rangers, after retiring, no longer hide their history as a Ranger. I mean, Tommy was out in the open using Salva to save a kid. Unmorphed. Fred also knew about a giant monster attacking the city. Because that happened in both the movie and the show. But I hear what you're saying. Ivan Ooze wasn't in the show. Well, let's look at the Ooze Man. Let's look at his giant exoskeleton form. And now let's look at Rito. They look very similar, especially to a kid. Now, Fred would know about Rita and Zed, but would he know about Rita's brother? I don't think so. Ivan Ooze is the name that Fred made up for Rito. Only a lying kid would come up with a name like Ivan Ooze. And Fred just happens to be that lying kid. Now, it might not be Fred's fault he's exaggerating. You see, there could have been a lot of chaos and damage going on. And Fred and his dad might have been chilling, taking a walk. And Fred said, "Hey, watch your step, Dad. It's kind of steep over there." And his dad said, "Whoa, man, you saved my life." Fred's like, "Yeah, that's right. I'm a hero." And every year he told that story, he got exaggerated for effect. See, that's what kids do. They exaggerate. Heck, I'm still looking for a Mew underneath a truck in Pokemon Red. And that's what Fred is, an exaggerating kid. You need proof? That backwards hat-wearing bum said he was going to grow up to be the Silver or Gold Ranger. And I'm sorry, last time I checked, you're not Zane or Jason, Silver and Gold. So Fred, keep spinning your stories because you're not telling the truth. Fred shared what he remembered and how he remembered it because of unreliable eyewitness testimony. And the events played out the same. Rangers get beat and come back with new ninja powers and new ninja Megazords. Of course, Ninjor gets left out because Fred doesn't know about Ninjor. He wasn't there. Fred does know about the Tenga Warriors because the Tenga Warriors became the new foot soldiers of that season. But the rest of it, he's just got to make up. Because most likely during Rito's attack, Fred hid like everybody else. He hid like a baby. But hey, that's just an adventurer's thought. Ha! See what I did there? Well, until the next time, this is still Jesse. My buddy Steve isn't here. I'm not going to do an impression like he did of me last time. Jerk. But I do want to give a shout out to our Patreons who make videos like this possible. And, since it's my video, I'm ending it the way I want to. May the power protect you.